So Pause Menopause, I actually don't know what episode we are either. No idea. Something like 28.
I never have any clue, but you do, but I don't.
I think it's 28. Colours look lovely, don't they?
Look, we match the sky.
We match all the sky. Do you like this? Look, we've walked up a mountain like this now. On the audio version, on the podcast version, you can't see this. I might have to take a photograph of us and put it on the thumbnail of this episode.
This is that would make a really nice photo.
It's a really nice shot, isn't it?
Photo shoot. It looks fake in the background.
It doesn't it look like, oh God, we look good. We look like we're just like porcelain women and like shining super
We did
goddesses.
actually, as I was walking up, because this is very much, we're thinking it's Friday, we are friggin' fabulous, we are wearing our, our superhero outfits, and off we go. And it did hit me when we were walking up. I suddenly looked at Charlotte and went, "This is what you call a midlife crisis."
Midlife crisis.
It is, isn't it? But you know what? Yeah. It feels blooming good.
Very good. We also renamed today, because we're filming this on a Friday. We renamed today the Fit Day, which is Fuck It Friday. So we've decided that every Friday we're going to do something a little bit,
just out
a little
there
bit
that
fit,
we want to
basically.
do. And
yeah. I'm going to get right in the full-on sun soon, aren't I?
Do you need to move?
No, I'm
you
all
can
right.
move Georgie. Georgie's decided to come in and sit. Look, Georgie is like sitting.
But then I'm on a spiky bit of this rock.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay. But I'm on a little bit spiky bit of the rock. Anyway, so this is the Pause Menopause, and we wanted to do this superhero thing today, but we also wanted to talk about something that we're dressed up for, which is the Unstoppable Women. We've talked about it before. We're going to talk about that. But I also wanted to talk about hair, because in our last little clip, we talked about the fact that you don't dye your hair anymore.
This is a recent
and I do.
I've decided this for now. I might change my mind in a year's time. It's all great. But this is where I'm at the moment,
Yeah, and I still dye mine. I'm coming down here. I still dye mine, and because I'm not quite ready. There are days when I kind of am ready, and there are days when I'm really not ready.
But this debate, I mean, I guarantee, so many women will relate to this. And I totally get you, because as I said to you, it's like very weird. Overnight, I had a complete shift, and I don't know what, because my hairdresser used to say to my hairdresser, she says I go to the hairdresser like once a year and get told off every time. But she would always say to me, "Why don't you just let it go grey, Jill? Why don't you just, it'd be lovely." Because I've been predominantly grey for quite a long time. And I would always say the same as you. I'm like, I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah.
And then literally overnight, I was like, what? It just sort of hit me. I'm like, why am I dying? What is wrong with grey? Like, since when did we decide? Because
that grey equals old. And when we talked about
we'll
this,
dye it red, pink.
Yes.
Well, just a colour.
Yeah.
But the colour grey, oh God, no.
No, I know. And I said to you, I went grey when I was in my late 30s, because when I gave birth to my second daughter, Clementine, we both nearly died, and it was quite traumatic. And I think my body went into a kind of shutdown.
And it does. It goes.
And I was like, well, I'm not ready to be grey yet, because I wasn't even 40. And so I re-dyed my hair as I used to do in my early 30s. I stopped doing the highlights, everything. I just went full on blonde. And I've done that ever since. And I'm kind of known for that.
You're still a hangover from that.
So you're right in the shade.
Come over, move around.
I'm going to come over here. I'm going to switch around. You carry on. Carry on talking.
But do you think
talk about yourself?
Because I get that. That happened to me when I had my bike accident, and exactly, it was like, I'm not ready to be grey. Because you associate the grey with aging, and we weren't old. We weren't old enough.
I'm doing a bit of a superhero dangerous thing here.
To be having grey hair then. But right, come in.
Yeah, I'm here.
But we are clambering on rocks.
I'm going to turn it around this way, so it's a bit better for both you and me. There we go.
But do you think the whole "I'm not ready" started then, and that's just
definitely
the line that you take and still take it, even although you probably are ready now?
Definitely.
Like, how would you feel if you were to suddenly stop dyeing your hair? How does that make you? Would you be like, oh?
That's an interesting thing. I think when my hair went grey when I was younger, it was a dirty grey. It wasn't very attractive grey.
Mine is a bit like that.
It's not. Yours is nice.
Well, no, but
yours looks nice. And I think the difficulty for me. So I'll take my headband out and you'll see, because I've got a lot of long hair, right? And the difficulty for me will be the massive difference between the grey and the blonde for a long time.
Yeah, but that's what's
and I
happening
don't
with
want to cut
me.
my
You know,
hair.
like when I pull my hair back to
Here, look,
running,
there we go.
it's like very dark underneath.
There we go. You see the massive hair.
But then
now.
the sun still lightens it.
It does. So I think there will come a time quite soon when I'm ready to do it.
Well, what colour would it be? Like what shade of grey? Is it a dark grey? Is it
If you can see some of my roots.
No.
No, can you not?
You're really, really light.
I only do my roots now. I don't do the ends. I just dye the roots. Oh, right. It
You'd be
opens
like
up
this
lots
lovely
of questions.
silvery witch,
I
like
know.
in Nice Witch. I mean, not
I
in a
kind
nice.
of think I don't mind witch. Witch is good.
But you would be. You've got that wild look. You'd be nice.
Yeah, I know. I quite like that idea.
George, you don't knock the camera.
There's a side of me that quite
George?
likes that. It's all right. He'll be fine.
George.
I quite like that side of it. There's a sort of witch side. I don't mind that
Yeah,
concept.
that would be the wild.
It does open up all sorts of sort of vulnerability, maybe.
But why?
Like,
That's what we need to get.
Why does it open that up? I suppose because it's social pressure, isn't it?
It must be
To
because
continually
it's like,
look younger than you are.
I was thinking about it. Like, this is a
I
bit
think
off
that's
subject,
it.
but like if
I
you
think
look
that
at
is
Georgie,
it.
if you look at dogs,
Yeah.
when your dog
What?
starts to get the old grey chin and stuff, not
And men.
once,
And men.
and men, not once do you go, oh, got to cover that up. So why don't we do it?
Why don't we do it? Yeah, exactly. And I think
And even women who don't, like my mum, doesn't wear makeup, nothing, but the hair is
the
still
hair.
something that it's like, oh no.
so. Pamela Anderson, who doesn't wear makeup anymore, does she
Can
still
you-
dye her hair?
you in?
I'm good. I'm all right actually.
She's
I found a squat
blonde.
pose.
I don't know if she's blondie. She's definitely cut it shorter, hasn't she? I don't know if it's
She's cut
blondie
it shorter
grey now or what.
Just trying to find the right position. You look
I do
incredible.
love this
Look at-
because
look at this
this
light on you.
looks
Look
like
at
I
you.
have got frigging
Breasts.
chest, you know, a
Breasts
bosom.
and powerful woman.
I really
here.
don't. That is the
Honestly,
costume.
on the audio podcast, you have to go and check out. our
I
YouTube
look like a
channel
frigging,
and the
you
YouTube
know,
video
like
of
I have
this.
got. If Paul sees that, I think he might.
I
think,
mean,
wow.
if I get out of this image, right, you look like on some photo shoot for like
Her
Bodhi's
gladiator.
gladiators. Exactly, you so do.
And I'm just nonchalantly
I'm actually gonna
lying.
we're gonna do a photo shoot after. We are going to do a photo shoot afterwards. Absolutely. Rocking the grey hair. And
Friggin'
rocking this look.
Ta-da!
I think we're going to have to do it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
It's the light. Natural light is so
I'm actually going to cut a clip of this actually and put it on the Unstoppable Women group.
Do it!
Yes. So this is going to be a good one. I think it's the vulnerability thing, isn't it, of the hair. I've lost various friends to cancer who lost their hair.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing. They didn't necessarily mind, you know, to some extent, didn't mind losing a boob.
No,
But
it's the hair.
losing the hair was almost bigger than...
And you know,
the
I was
boob
going to say
thing.
that earlier because I'm all right with the colour,
Yeah.
but I do find myself, because I'm losing
You're
loads of
losing
hair.
aren't you?
And, I'm
gained
getting a
mine
bit
back
baldy, you know,
now.
that bit at the back. And I do have that fear almost of like being unaware of it, you know, and you're
Right.
going around with this bald bit. And
Funny.
again, you could think, well, why? Who
Yeah.
gives a shit if you
Yeah.
don't, you know? But I don't, the bald bit gets me a bit. I'd rather shave it off than have bald.
Well, you know
but
what? Interestingly, it's just
it's
come
similar.
to me. When I was in my early 20s, I had a massive breakup with a guy that I'd been with for about 3.5 years, which was a good thing. It had to happen, but it was full on. And I was so anti-men that I shaved my head.
Did you?
And yeah, I did. And it was like a statement. And it was literally a crew cut, you know, and I'd gone from this kind of hair to like nothing. And it grew back, and it actually was quite trendy at the time to have hair like that, you know, a bit like Annie Lennox and that kind of thing. But I did it as a stand. I made a stand. My daughter Clementine,
She did it, didn't she?
She did it when she
remember
was
that.
going through her teenage
I
years a
remember
couple
that. But
of
you
years
both got the
ago.
pretty faces. You can carry.
And
that.
she cut it short and dyed it, and then she shaved her head. And I was more annoyed about the fact that we paid for her haircut and her hair dye, and then she flicking shaved it off. I'm like, well, why did you do the haircut bit? That cost a fortune. But I wasn't shocked about her doing it because I think you make a stand with your hair, don't you? It's a statement piece.
I got mine got shaved off. Remember when I had that bike accident?
Yeah.
And
how did that make you feel? Oh my
initially I didn't give a damn because I was just glad to be there.
Alive.
And then to start, and again this is quite vain. It's all similar, but to start, because my face was so messed up, when it was healing, it went really tight, so it was like I had like Botox. So for literally like 6 months, I lost all my wrinkles. I had this shaved thing. Although I was mangled, I thought it looked quite good. And then when it started to grow in a little bit, and I had a spike. Remember the 80s spike? Well, I had one, in the year, I don't know, 2009, 2010, and I felt terrible. I didn't like it at all. When it was, I liked it when it was like, when it first happened, I almost felt a bit invincible. Like, check me out, I've had a bike accident, I'm okay with. And then after that, when all that got forgotten about, and it was just me with this shaved head, and I didn't feel good at all. Leave it. I look good.
No, I'm taking it off. Sorry, I just put the headband on.
Why? I never saw it.
But when they did. When you made your decision this time about leaving your hair grey, did it feel empowering in some way?
Something weird has changed in me lately. I think it's necessity. I don't think I've got a blooming choice in it. As I said to you, the last 6 months have been brutal in terms of physical changes that are happening in me,
in your body,
because of the drop in estrogen. So I was having those crazy sweats and all this because of the lack of estrogen. Even with the HRT, I can still see these drastic physical changes. So I'm losing all my muscle tone.
Right.
I've always been somebody, and I know I'm very lucky, that I don't put on weight easily. I do shed loads of sport, but I've always been quite muscly.
Right.
And then now that's going, it's all just going to fat. So I've got belly fat. I've never had belly fat, ever.
Right.
I've got flabby thighs. Starting to lose my hair.
She hasn't really. She's saying this. They're perfectly
for me,
acceptable.
like, I know I'm not fat, or you know what I mean, but for me,
for you,
there has been drastic changes.
Yeah.
And you know my history. You know, everybody knows my history with the eating disorder and body image and stuff like that. There was a point in my life where the thought of looking down at my body naked with a belly and with cellulite, I would have hated it.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I think because the menopause forced me to do all this work on myself, and I do actually love myself now.
That's a hard statement to come out with for some people.
I'm looking at my body, and I'm kind of laughing, and I'm embracing it, and it is empowering. I'm thinking, fuck it, I've got a belly, I've got all this. It doesn't change who I am.
And also, you're healthy.
I feel really
and I think
great.
That is the most important
and I'm healthy in here.
Strong
and to
body,
me,
strong mind.
Having been in a position where I probably wasn't that healthy in there, looking back, nothing compares. When your head's in the right place, I genuinely don't give a shit about my, because I'm healthy. Like, I know I'm fit.
Yeah.
I know I can run up a mountain. So what if I've got a belly and some?
But the reason I say that is that I've lost so many of my friends, and you know, we will start to get to the point. You've lost, you know, your dad already, but we will start to get to the point where we start to lose, you know, family members and things. And I think the health side of things,
it's huge.
Is huge.
Healthy,
you know?
and happy.
Healthy and happy is just really the most important
family are healthy
thing.
and happy.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. But we're still coming back to the hair, because theoretically, following that strategy, this shouldn't matter either.
No.
But for some reason, it's kind of the last vestige of, you know, I was talking to
I think it's
I was talking
coming.
to a woman at
I think it's coming.
I think it probably is. I was talking to a woman at the stables the other day who's got exactly the same age as me, very similar hair to yours, and I think she's growing her dye out actually. But we had a whole conversation about she's saying, I don't actually look at myself in the mirror very often in the morning anymore. I just sort of come out and then suddenly realise that I haven't. I said, oh gosh, I have mornings like that. But I have to put cream on my face in the morning to come out because of my skin cancer. So I have to look at myself. And everyone thinks I just put makeup on to come out. I've got a bit of makeup on now, right? But I put makeup on to come out and do filming. I don't. I just have to put cream on in the morning.
I'll put on
and
makeup.
I put a tinted one.
Like I've got a bit of makeup on now, and that's another
Oh,
one.
I put makeup on, but I mean to go out running and walking the dog in the morning.
I'm just as
I
happy
have to
without
put
it
this
now.
tinted.
Whereas
As
I
well,
wouldn't have been before. Like I'll do.
Well, goodness, when I
videos
do
and
my
stuff.
face yoga videos,
nothing.
I am raw to raw.
Yeah, and you don't care.
And no. And it's very intimate, and I put it all out there, and I'm quite happy with
has
that.
that changed?
But
Were you like that before?
no,
Because when I was
goodness
younger,
me.
I always wore makeup.
Oh my God, I couldn't even leave the house without
same as
full-on
me.
makeup. Yeah,
Same
yeah,
as me.
yeah. Almost like I was putting on a show, and
me too.
being someone that I wasn't, and the makeup was
part
part
of
of
it.
that.
Was
It was
part
part
of
of the
it. Yeah,
disguise,
totally.
as it were. Now, but that's funny because we're actually sitting here in outfits and disguises, but it was part of the disguise, really. It was part of the veil I put on. And I really put a shitload of makeup on,
Yeah.
Compared to now, I just put a little bit of tinted cream, BB cream, and a little bit of eye stuff. That's all I do
I'll
now.
quite happily put makeup, like if I want to, if I'm going out. But again, it's a bit like putting on this. It's like it's a choice that I do because in that moment, it's like putting on a nice outfit to me. But
Sure.
it doesn't mean like just the fact that I choose to wear a nice outfit doesn't mean I don't love myself naked. And I think to me, I'm the same with the makeup now.
Do you remember
I'll
that
put it
program
on, but I'm happy without it.
Gok Wan, the Love Yourself Naked? Do you remember that one?
I never
On the
watched that.
Oh, I loved it. I used to love it. His entire program was based on people who hated their body, absolutely hated their body, and he did a whole photo shoot with them by the end of the thing that was naked.
And he got them to
love themselves naked and to look at the photos and go, oh my God, I look amazing. I really love myself. It was incredible. It was a really good program. But I actually wanted to bring up a kind of final point in some ways about the dressing. I tend to dress nicely in the home, even when I'm on my own.
You do, don't you?
Because I love looking nice for me.
Likewise.
For no one else, So I remember my yoga teacher, Shiva Ray, years ago saying about the earrings or the outfits that she was wearing or whatever. And she said, and she said, I am worse at home than I am out of the home because I love to honour this temple that is my body.
Oh, that's nice.
And I thought that's such a nice goddess kind of statement to come out with. I'm going to honour my temple. And that's kind of the strategy I have. And also, when I was in my 20s and I was a sales director, my boss said to me, and I was one of the first teleworkers, my boss said to me at the time, always wear proper clothes. Don't wear your pajamas to do your phone calls for business.
Because it makes you feel better.
It comes across in what you're saying. So if you're in pajamas, there's a high likelihood you'll have your feet up on a chair. You'll be like, yeah. He said it'd be like turning up to your rendezvous in
We've
the city.
spoken about this before.
Chewing gum.
It's the same with, I love like when I'm working on my coaching stuff or writing a course and stuff. Invariably, you will find me with my dangly earrings, all my beads, a nice floaty dress because it gets me in that creative. It taps into that.
And you're honouring your temple that is your body.
So what is it then? To die or not to die, lady? It's such a personal thing. Like there is no. I don't want anybody
she means
thinking
hair
I'm
dye as opposed to not live anymore.
Hair dye.
I'm just going to clarify that for the.
Yeah. I'm not on top of a rock.
To dye or not to dye the hair. To jump off the mountain.
To dye the hair or not to dye the hair. Yeah. And there is no judgment.
What are the comments?
Either way.
Comment
I'd just like to know. Yeah, because up until 6 months ago, I would have gone absolutely no way. And I will say, I might change my mind. When I see my hair all grey in 6 months' time, if I don't like it, I'll bloom well dye it back.
But you can actually do grey highlights now.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
which
maybe
is what
you
I
could
was
start
thinking.
with that.
Well, I was thinking, problem is this is dyed blonde, so you can't really highlight much on it. But
the
anyway,
thing is, your hair is very much, it's kind of you, isn't
my
it?
My statement piece.
But
isn't it, really?
I think it would be just as much if it was grey.
If it was grey, yeah. No, it might even be nicer.
I think it'd be wild.
It'll be a thing in progress. Let's say that.
Watch this space.
Watch this space. Well, lovely women, we will see you soon.
Happy Friday.
In the next episode.
Oh, this is Friday, but yeah.
Happy Friday.
Bye.